Okay, first thing you might notice, you notice the bike and it's got wheels behind it. Those are the original wheels, and I'll let you know why I didn't put those on, even though I did take a lot of kind of painstaking work to polish them up and grind off a lot of surface corrosion on them. But what I did do is I had a pair of 700 centimeter wheels to replace the wheels I just mentioned, which are 27-inch wheels with, and I had 27-inch by 1.25-inch tires, brand new tires that I already had, um, but I ended up not using them. And the reason why is after I had originally installed them on the bike, but what happened with the rear freewheel, there's something wrong in there. Something is either broken inside there, a prawl, or something is not working, and I would pedal and it would like skip or something. First I thought the chain was skipping or something, but it isn't because it's a brand new chain. But anyway, you can see how nice and shiny these are the original wheels with the bike. They're chrome steel wheels with a wide flange hubs. So maybe down the road I might be able to fix that issue, but I'm keeping them. Maybe I'll even use them on another bike later. Who knows? But anyway, this turned out really nice. This bike. See how I had polished up all the bright work or the bright parts. I had to do a lot. I had to soak and scrub this crank assembly and the rear derailleur. A note here: this is actually like a chain hanger that you turn around and you put on the chain on there if you need to take the wheel off. But it actually looks kind of neat. You turn it around and it kind of holds my cable for the rear derailleur. But did all the frame up. You redid the headset bearings and the bottom bracket bearings. The original finish. This is the original paint job. Just did a little touching up here and there. It had very little scratches, but I had to use some different kinds of chemicals to remove a lot of like tape residue, things like that. And there's still some tape stuck on here. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Some right there, some kind of like cellophane tape or something. But it's got the original stem and handlebar. It's friction shifting, which was, I guess, the standard back in 1974. Wrapped it with new tape and everything. This is a different seat post. The original seat post was just a tubular steel chrome seat post. I was able to adapt this. I already had this from something else. I had to shim it around with some scrap aluminum from like a beer can to shim it out to get the right diameter. The seat I already had. This luggage rack I had bought for another project. Decided to use it on this one. I had to be kind of creative with the way that I had to kind of mount that. I took like a wire tie there, kind of wrapped this electrical tape around the frame to kind of protect the whole thing there. New brake shoes, new chain. Like I said, well, these wheels came off another bike that I got rid of the frame because it was a really small frame. It was another thrift store bike, but the wheels were really good shape, not perfect, but the tires were hardly used, and there's some really decent Continental tires there. The pedals actually are original. You can see that it says Japan, and it says like Schwinn approved. The straps are new though. Originally had like leather straps that were all deteriorated. Added this little bowl holder thing. I don't know if you can still get these like adapter things. They're like some Italian company called Elite made these things, and that's nice. You can put like a nice decent bowl cage on a bike that doesn't have like the threaded, bosses, I guess they call it, for the bowl cages there. but did a lot of nice cleaning, shined up really nice. When I showed you the parts there, you basically polish them, and then with like what they call 0000 steel wool. It's like ultra fine. You don't want to use anything less than that because it might leave scratches on things. But said nice wheels, and it has some cool touches, vintage touches, like the you look at the fork there. That's actually metal. That's a metal chrome metal crown, and this whole front fork is actually chrome. One little mistake I made, and I did it on the other side. I had, there was some pits and things, and I took some steel wool and I kind of burnished them off, but I kind of like dulled the finish, the chrome finish there. So I didn't do it on this one. So you can see this looks a little shinier. But the fenders, I actually had these fenders on, and then when I put those wheels on, but these fenders are actually too narrow for those tires. Those are much bigger around tires than these are 23 centimeter tires. So this actually turned out, this actually was better. And being that I was able to convert this from a 27-inch to a 700 centimeter, because I had enough a slot where I could just move the brake pads down for the smaller diameter wheels there. So I would say, you know, all in all, I've ridden the bike. I've really thoroughly tested it out. Rides great. And the nice thing, I have enough travel in here that adapted this to the 7 cogs of this more modern wheel than the original wheel there. Has only 5 cogs in the back. It was a classic 10-speed bike. And I have the dual. I have enough travel here, and shifting is like very easy because it's just simple friction shifting. And in fact, it shifts really smooth actually, because the chain is more modern, is narrower for a more modern drivetrain there. So, but I did, like I said, most of what I had to do here was a lot of cleaning and soaking parts like this in citrus degreaser, get every little nook and cranny, because there was a lot of caked on dirt and grease and gunk or mud or who knows what it was, but it was probably on there for decades, and it took quite a while of soaking and scrubbing and then re-soaking. Another problem I did have, and I'm going to mention this dishonorable mention on my part, this little the little boss thing where the cable holds the cable in, part of that broke off or broke in half, so I had to devise something to hold this onto the chainstay. And I thought of this kind of brainstorm, thought of this clamp here to hold that down, and it seems to do a pretty good job. It's as strong as if I still had the whole sleeve to hold the cable in there. But yeah, all in all, this was a great bike when it came out. It wasn't cheap when it came out either. It was imported from Japan by Schwinn. It was a chromoly alloy steel lug brazed frame. You can see the lugs there, lug work. Put an inexpensive computer on there, bell, and a light. Rear view mirror, new bar tape. The seat is a pretty decent seat. It's not leather, but it's really comfortable. It's nice. It's nice and flat. So it's I had tried a Brooks B17 Sal, but I wasn't able to get it far back enough so that it was like the back was too far down, and it wasn't comfortable. I was like falling forward the way I was sitting on the thing. So, but all in all, like I said, it's a really nice bike. Got the luggage rack there. This is like really nice for like a trunk like this. This is what I would ride with. That's carry anything I need. for any kind of cross town or cross country ride there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Um, the way things are, if you're looking for bikes or whatever, you know, good bikes are hard to find. You shop on Craigslist. You know, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, who are just nothing more than flippers. They don't really fix up a bike for a customer. But, you know, if you look for a bike, you're going to pay, new or used. If you want something that's as good as new, you're going to pay a decent, you should expect to pay a decent price for it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And what I do, I fix up bikes to ride, and then maybe down the road I might try selling them. And I've sold a lot of bikes through the years. And but until I do sell a bike, I like to get use out of it, so then I know that it's worth selling. So I hope you appreciated this video. And of course, I went much longer than I intended. But until then, whatever you ride, I hope you enjoy your ride. Bye for now.